everyone please have a seat? Huge audience. Yeah, I'll tell you all that stuff. You get the VIP experience here. Anybody online? Maybe. Good luck. Okay. All right. Let's start. Let's just warm up a little bit on 128. The first two lines, Hinema Tov at the top, just to kind of get us in the mood before we light the Shabbat candles and everything. None of this one. I'll let you know when they're standing or sitting. You'll be good. Yeah, you'll just look at everybody else and you'll figure out what to do. Okay. Hinema Tovhu Manayim Shevet Ahim Gam Yachad. Hinema Tovhu Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hinema Tov. La 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 la. Hinema Tovhu Mandayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Thank you, everybody, virtually or in person. Shabbat Shalom for showing up. We're going to flip back for a little bit on page 120 and 121 for the Shabbat candles. Normally, we call someone from the audience, but since there's one, you need to stay because then we won't have an audience. So I'll go light the candles, so we at least have somebody in the audience. But it's going to be on 120 and 121 in the English and Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Oh boy, might have someone else coming. Okay. All right, we're going to flip ahead to 138 for Lecha Dodi. For Lecha Dodi, those that know or those that don't know, we do the 1st, 5th, and 9th verses. Welcome. Hello, hello. Come on in. We're on 138 for Lecha Dodi. On the 9th verse, we stand up, face the door to greet the Shabbat bride, and we sit for verses 1 and 5. About to start. Lecha Dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el ham yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem ultif titeret vetita lila la 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 lecha dodi likra kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hi toreri Kiva ure kumi uri, uri, shir daberi. Kivod Adonai la likrat nikla la lichadodi, likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela, lechadodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Please stand for verse 9. Excuse me. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha utzorala, tulchemu neam segula, boi chala, la lechadodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lechadodi likrat kala, porene Shabbat nekabela. Thank you. You may be seated. I'm going to continue along on to 142 for Shalom Aleichem. You want to come up? You can. You're leaving like the other 66% of the audience, but will be a good. Can I just give for this and I can yell? That's fine. I'll project. We're about the same height, so it's not much of a sec. You're gonna skyrocket past me pretty soon. Okay, so we're on. Elyon, mi melech malechei hamlachim chakash baruch hu. Baruch hu ni l'shalom, malechecha shalom, malechei elyon, mi melech malechei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Zechem shalom, malechei shalom, malechei elyon, mi melech malechei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Okay. 144 with the Chatzi Kaddish. This is seating, correct? We're sitting for this one. Yeah, we sit. Enjoy yourself. Just sit down. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei ra. Ladivrach hirutev yamlich malchutei. Bechayechonu v'yo yomei. Beit Yisrael. La bagala ubizma kariva yimeru. Amen. Abba Leo Meomaya Bara Ishtabach Vayit Pa'ar Vayit Noram Vayit Naseh Vayit Hadar Vayit Haleh Vayit Hal Shudkusha Baru Ol Min Kol Berchata Ushbecha Nechemat mi yoma veimeru. Amen. Continuing for the Baruch, and please stand on page, not stand on page, stand up for page 146 for the Baruch. Please stand. Baruch et Adonai. Ora Leo Let's continue on page 149 in the English at the top with praise to you, Adonai, our God. From whom the evening flows, your wisdom sets in season glide. Your breath guides the sail the creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night as heaven spans to infinity. You set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. And let's continue the second paragraph. And this is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change. In it, we stand quietly on the border of life lies before us. We draw back. Okay. 51, 3. With the Viahav top 154, you may be seated once we get to 154. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai V'ahavta Adonai Elohecha v'chol me'odecha v'asher v'techa v'techa v'chum yadecha v'totot b'einecha Mrs. Tizkaru v'chay Chait Elohechem. Okay. All right. Let's stand for 164 for the followed. Nope, it's not followed by anything. No, it is. 166, 168, and 170 after the tefillah. Na Sefer Tatifta Ufiya Gita Hilatecha Adon.
Open up my lips that my mouth may declare
Your praise. 6. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Avotenu v'yimlote
Elohei Abraham, Elohei
Yitzhak v'Elohei Yaakov
Yisrael, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Yaakov,
Ha'el
Hagibor Alera,
Yom
Elom,
Chasadim Tov Kol
Yahoo,
Umagain Baruch Atah Adonai Magel Avraham V'Ratz Rasara 168
Hagibor Alamanai,
Chayecha Kol Meshiach
Bekese, Nekaye Hakove, Makami Mami, Says to make no film, no head, no ring. Tear up the ring.
Li Micham Umi Melech Meimi Chahatz Yeshua Adonai Mech Ataka Aseh Baruch Atah El HaKadosh. You own silent and say shalom when you're all done. Private meditations that we have. shalom aleinu. V'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'yimeru amen. Uhu say shalom b'mromav, uhu yaseh shalom aleinu. V'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'yimeru amen. We're going to flip ahead and then back, but we're going to go to 429 in English. I like this one that Barry did. 429. It's going to be I am a Jew because. And then we're going to flip back for the Misha Berach. But this one is on 429 in the English. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands no abnegation of my mind. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel requires all of the devotion of my heart. I am a Jew because an weeps, weeps. Because at every time when despair cries out, the Jew hopes. I am a Jew because the world of Israel is the oldest and the newest. I am a Jew because Israel's promise is the universal promise. I am a Jew because for Israel the world is not complicated, creating it. I am a Jew because for Israel humanity is not, we are creating it. I am a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself. I am a Jew because above humanity, image of the divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine. And now we're going to flip back to 371 for the Misha Beirach. Anyone online, if you are online, anyone in a synagogue, all of you, if you would like to stand and say a name for someone that you'd like to have spirit, of mind, of body, someone that extra prayer and could heal in any form, please do. If you're online, please feel free to say their name, and then we will stand together. When together in solidarity for the Misha Beirach. Is there any other names? I have one more. Hold on, I have it written down. Okay. Dawson West. So we're going to read the Misha Beirach in the middle of the page. Misha Avotei Lecha Leitenu. May the source of strength who bless the one for help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Imotenu Mikor Chavrecha Liavotenu. Bless those in healing with Refuah Lahimah, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. You can close your books for a little bit. Okay. Okay, Shabbat Shalom, all that are here and virtually. In my extensive Google search research during my lunch break, I went over a little bit on today's Torah Parsha on Bo. Basically, the ending of the plagues, the locust came. They were sent to eat all of the crops. All of the Egyptians would not be able to have crops for everything. Everything was dark because they were all over the sun. All they could hear in their ears was the sound of wings flapping. A little aggravating, but still Pharaoh's like, it's okay. We're fine. We're still not changing. You guys aren't going to be leaving us. You have to stay against your will. So then the next plague that was sent, second to last plague, was darkness. It wasn't just darkness where you can still move around. You didn't know if you were sitting or standing. It was the worst darkness of everything. Nobody knew where anything was. They were disoriented. That was the second step. Pharaoh still said, I think I'm good. We're not going to let the Jews free. We're going to keep kind of doing what we want. That's not enough for me to stop. So then the last one, as we know, is the firstborn death was the last plague that was sent. So when all of the firstborn children heard that they might be killed, they understandably were against that idea. And they went to Pharaoh kind of saying, what's going on here? Like, I don't love the idea of being killed. And Pharaoh said, just go away, like nothing's going to happen. Go home. So in defense of their own health, they thought, they started to kill their own parents. They thought the death might come from their parents, so some of them killed their parents. They were not really knowing what to do. And as we know, God warned the Jews, okay, it's coming. Mark your doors with the blood of a lamb to kind of say, don't attack ours. You know, we're the Jewish people, let us free. Lamb was an important animal because for Pharaoh, the Egyptians worship lamb. So when they were seeing all these lambs getting killed, they were kind of freaking out. And then finally, after all of the death of the firstborn, that was enough for the Jews to be let free. And Pharaoh said, I get it, uncle, or tapped out. He was done. And then the Jews were free to go when all the firstborn were left. The Jews were able to leave and prosper and have one of the examples of perseverance that we have had over the many thousands of years of our people. And I think, if anything, we can kind of walk away from this lesson is there's usually not something terrible that happens without 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 warning signs. You don't lose your job immediately if you were excellent and all of a sudden you make a mistake and then you get fired. If you are in high school or anytime you have a relationship or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it's often not the first mistake where they say, I've had it, I'm done with you. Any movie or book you might read, and it's an over-the-top emotional movie or book, it never gets to the point where the wife usually says, I've had it, I can't take it anymore, I'm taking the kids, I'm going to go live with my mom, if there was one mistake that was made. So usually if there's a one warning or a second warning, try to pay attention to them because it's giving you an opportunity to figure it out before it's too late to figure it out. It doesn't have to be a death of a firstborn. It doesn't have to be darkness where you can't see anything. But if there's a sign and a message is being given to you to change, use that as an opportunity to get better. Don't wait until it's too late to be fixed. And if there's anything that I took away from this, it would be kind of be aware of the warning signs, not as a bad thing, like you're making mistakes, you're a bad person, but use them as an opportunity to figure it out, get better, and that way you're able to fix these problems in the end. You don't have to get to a point where it's too late and you're trying to work backwards. Just use it as an opportunity, and I think if you try to do that every week, I think that's all you can really ask for, and that's all that God really expects from us, is trying to learn from our mistakes and getting better so we don't get to that point of not being able to fix an issue that we might have. And if we can do that, I think that would be a successful Shabbat, and hopefully you can lead with that thought going into this weekend. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, we are going to continue with the Aleinu on 586. I guess I will open it. Sarah, do you want to do the other side? There's no one really else here. 586, I believe it's the it's this paragraph halfway down. They got rid of that thing, which is good, because we kept knocking it down. I believe the Aleinu is 586. What we read is halfway down. We'll continue on the next. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo osanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot chadama, shelu sam chelkalkenu kachem, vigohora leinu kechol hamonam, Vanachnu koraim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malachei hamalachim hakadosh baruch hu. We're going to continue on the next page, top of 588. Shehu notesh shamayim v'yosad aretz umoshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al ushechina duso begavchei meromim hu Eloheinu ein od Emet malkeinu efezulato kakatu betorato viadatat hayom havashevota elevevavecha ki Adonai hua Elohim bashamayim mima'al V'yal haaretz michat ein od. And on 591, the one paragraph in Hebrew in the middle. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai Lamelech al kol haaretz vayom hachu Yehiye Adonai echad ushemo echad. All right, getting towards the end, we're going to Yort's Kaddish on 591. Is anyone in attendance or online observing a Yort site? Anyone online? A shift the morning? Okay. Shloshim, first month. Okay. I have one. My grandfather, I guess it would be, it's less than a month, January 8th. My maternal grandfather passed away. I talked to Rabbi Mike, and I said, he's Catholic, and he grew up Catholic. Is it all right if I speak about him a little bit, even though this is obviously a synagogue? And once I spoke a little bit about him, Rabbi Mike immediately said, absolutely, share what you want. So I'll share a little bit about him. I visited Maine for his funeral in actually a week ago from today. I got back. And it's funny because it wasn't a really sad time at all. Obviously there, when I was at the funeral and I was kind of having the realization that he was gone. But in general, being 35, this is the first funeral I ever had that actually negatively impacted me. And I know people lose parents, siblings, God forbid, children when they're very young. And at 35, I had my first funeral that was actually very sad and impacted me. And it impacted me days after, and it still does a little bit. But my grandfather was the only person, and I really tried to come up with a negative story about him, because everybody makes mistakes. But as far as I can remember, memories of him when I was 2 or 3, no matter what I did, there was never a time where I disagreed with something he said, where he was upset with me when he should have been. He was just always doing things for other people. And as your life kind of gets busier, and I've noticed this a little bit having a 5- and 7-year-old, you can be present physically with your family, but you have a lot going on. Maybe you're thinking about, oh, I made this mistake at work, or maybe you're thinking about something that you made a mistake in, I don't know, some type of hobby you're doing, or maybe you weren't nice to your spouse, or your children did something that's bothering you. And I thought more about him. My Emo was his name. I called him Pipa because he's French-Canadian, and my older cousin, tried to say Pepe, which is grandfather in French, and she couldn't pronounce it, so she said Pipa, so that's just how it stuck. But every time I remember being with him from 3 up until now, he was always so present, and he was always looking at you, and he was never, if he was bothered by something, he never showed it, and he always was speaking to you as if you were the only person that mattered, and the only thing that mattered is him being in the moment and speaking and sharing with you. And I thought it was a great way to kind of honor him and try to do that a little bit more. I don't clearly wear a lot of nice clothes. I don't take a whole lot of pride in wearing fancy things or doing anything with my hair or anything like that. One thing I did want to take back is he had this gray jacket that he wore, and he wore it, as long as I can remember, so that's at least 30 years or so. And it's like worn out, and it has paint on it, and because he plastered his whole life, he built houses, he did everything. And that's the one thing I take back, and I never wear jackets down here, but that's what I wear every single day, and it kind of feels like a bulletproof vest or a superhero cape. And whenever I want to complain about something that doesn't matter, I'm like, he wouldn't, so stop complaining about waking up early, or dinner being late, or the kids spilling something, and it's really been helping. And He's just the best, because one quick story that I kind of exemplifies the type of person he is. When I was in high school, I did wrestling, and when you do wrestling, for better or worse, weight management is a huge part of the sport. And I weighed in, and I didn't like what I saw, because when I'm too heavy, I have to cut weight, and that's not fun. So out of frustration, I don't know why, but my mother's high heel shoe was on the floor, and I just like flung it against I just flung it without looking, and it hit a window and it broke. It shattered. It's the only time I've broken a window, and it was the worst feeling. That I thought was the worst feeling. But the second worst thing is when my dad said, "You have to tell your grandfather that you did it," because then I knew he's not going to be yelling at me, which would be better. He's just going to be disappointed, which is exactly what happened. I told him, and the whole time I was speaking to him, I was looking down, kind of like spineless. I threw my shoe, and I'm really sorry, and I didn't have the guts to look at him in the eyes. And then when I finally did, I looked up, and he took like 3 seconds, and he said, okay, thanks for telling me. And then he took another 3 seconds. He said, "Are you hungry? Do you want like cashews or anything?" And I said, "No, I don't. I'm fine." And then I felt so small and so little on that 100-yard walk to my house, because I live very close. And I said, if he's only concerned with getting me a snack, and I just threw a shoe at a window that he probably built, because he built everything, I got to change. I got to change something about me. It's not worth throwing a shoe and breaking a window it didn't fix anything. My weight was still the same. So it's cool to think of those memories and think about how I can keep his memory going, and what's so great about our Jewish faith, even though he's not Jewish. But what's so great about our faith is when people die, as long as you speak of them and you share and you keep their memory going, they're always kind of there with you, which has really helped me these past few days or so. So it's been a hard time, but at the same time, it's great hearing all these stories about how special he was from all these different people. And what's cool about this also, no one's going to say no, because no one's here. But it gives me the platform to kind of share to a new community how special this person was to my life. So thank you very much for allowing me to share a few minutes. And hopefully we can remember the good memories of all of the people that we lose and keep them with us forever. Okay, announcements. I have one. Hebrew school is back for its second week after like 7 weeks off. We're back. We have our board meeting, I believe, is Sunday afternoon. Oh, that's right. Yes. I was also going to say I wouldn't be here because I'm going to see a movie with the kids. But since we don't have one tomorrow, doesn't matter. I'll be here next week. Let's see. February, Hebrew school might be off in the middle of February because we have our winter break. But tomorrow Sunday we have Sunday school. If you are interested in either the treasurer position, president position, and also one extra board member position, we are ending our term. Denise and myself will be done in the summer, and we will be taking over the Sunday school organization of anything that entails Sunday school. We're going to try to make it fun, maybe take some field trips, all sorts of fun stuff. So if you or anyone might be interested that you know in being a president or a treasurer, I can't speak for treasurer, but if I can be president for 2 years, anybody is capable of doing it. You just have to show up and just get promoted until people say no. I'm yet to hear a no. So sometimes you have to be qualified and do a great job. Sometimes you just show up and you just get passed forward, which is another way to do it. So if you're interested in any of those two things, please speak up. Do I have any other announcements of anybody in here online? You have something to say? Come on up. We have Sarah, one of our famous Hebrew school, as well as Cantor as well. She might be hopping in more and more frequently, especially in the summer. She's going to share something with you. I'm psyched to hear what it is.
My birthday is February 18th, and that's it.
February 18th coming up. You're turning 19? No. How old are you turning? 9, almost double digits. Are you going to go? Let's see. You said the 19th? So that falls on a 18th? Tuesday. That's a school day. They allow you to bring cupcakes, right? No home. You can't bring any home-baked anything anymore because it's a safety hazard. Yeah. Cupcake. My son had 2 cupcakes for 2 separate kids today. It's just cupcakes all the time. Okay. Let's see. I think my dog's birthday is actually this month as well. He's turning, I don't know. Anywhere between 7 and 15. I don't know. He's somewhere in there. Okay. Let me see if there's any other exciting news. 70 days left of school. Not that I'm counting, but 70 school days left. That's everybody in the synagogue because we follow Gwinnett County Public Schools. Thank you for showing up. We don't have a big crowd, clearly. Sarah and the McElhaney's are one of the consistent people that always show up. So they always fill up. They're usually 100% of the left side that shows up. And if I'm not here, it's a little bit peppered on the right side. But thank you for braving the storm. And I know the people that are online, the 1 or 2 maybe, but I can speak 5. I can speak from my personal experience of being up here. Even having 2 or 3 people is so much more welcoming than when 1 or nobody shows up. Because you just need 2, and then it makes a difference. So thank you all for showing up. And I will see you next Friday, same time, 6:30. Shabbat Shalom. So lost in my little speech there. I actually did not say the Mourner's Kaddish. I flipped to page 598. Thank you so much, Denise. But I did not say it. So we're going to end on the Mourner's Kaddish, of course. 598. I get lost in my own thoughts. Okay. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabba v'yamla divra chirote v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uv'chayechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'gala ubizman kari v'imru amen. Yosei shmei rabba mivraya le'olam ulmei mamaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitnoram v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitalef v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu le'ol min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yalma v'yimru amen. Yosei shaloma v'rba min shalomaya v'yayim v'yalenu v'yokol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Osei shalom b'imrumav hu yasei shalom aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. May the memory of those you lost be a blessing. It actually says up here on this old thing, Sarah McElhaney, lead singer. Yeah. Barry Nicholsberg, cantorial soloist, Sarah McElhaney, lead singer, David Baker, not on here, piano, Daniel Bordeaux, percussion, not here, and Frank Monteleone, guitar. So she's the only one that's actually here on the list. I didn't even make